Have you ever seen someone turn a screaming match into a calm, meaningful chat and thought, how on earth did they pull that off? Well, chances are they're an INFJ. These folks aren't your average conflict managers. They've got tricks up their sleeves that turn messy fights into opportunities for growth. Stick around, because today we're spilling the beans on 10 genius strategies INFJs use to handle drama like absolute pros. By the end of this, you'll wish you could borrow their playbook. 1. The empathy overdrive. How INFJs disarm tension before it escalates. INFJs have a superpower. They can feel the mood of a room before anyone even says a word. Imagine walking into a tense family dinner and instantly knowing Aunt Linda is 2 seconds away from throwing mashed potatoes. That's an INFJ's everyday life. Their secret? Their brains are wired to pick up on tiny clues, like a clenched jaw, a fake smile, or someone nervously tapping their foot. Instead of jumping into the chaos, they slow down. They'll ask questions like, "Hey, you seem stressed. Want to talk about it?" By acknowledging the emotion up front, they take the heat out of the situation. It's like they're emotional firefighters, spraying empathy instead of water. And here's the kicker. They don't just pretend to care. They genuinely want to understand where you're coming from. This makes people drop their guards and open up, turning potential explosions into honest conversations. 2. The art of strategic withdrawal. Why INFJs step back to leap forward. When everyone else is yelling, INFJs are the ones who quietly slip out of the room. But don't mistake this for running away. It's a calculated move. They know that in the heat of the moment, nobody thinks straight. So they'll say something like, "Let's take a breather and talk tomorrow." Why? Because their minds need time to process. While others are stewing, INFJs are replaying the argument in their heads, analyzing every word and gesture. By morning, they've usually figured out not just what went wrong, but why it went wrong. Maybe the fight wasn't about who forgot to take out the trash. It was about feeling unappreciated. INFJs come back with solutions that fix the real problem, not just the surface drama. And here's the cool part. Their silence during arguments isn't weakness. It's them loading up their mental toolbox, ready to drop wisdom bombs when the time's right. 3. Future-proofing conflicts. Using intuition to anticipate and neutralize landmines. INFJs are like conflict fortune tellers. They can sniff out trouble weeks before it happens. Let's say they notice a coworker has been quieter than usual in meetings. While others brush it off, the INFJ is already planning a coffee chat to ask, "Everything okay? I feel like something's been bothering you." By addressing the issue early, they stop small annoyances from turning into full-blown disasters. But they don't stop there. INFJs dig deeper to find a root cause. If 2 teammates keep arguing about missed deadlines, they won't just mediate. They'll set up a shared calendar or suggest weekly check-ins. Their goal isn't just to put out fires. It's to make sure the fire alarm works better next time. 4. The diplomatic language. Crafting words that heal, not hurt. INFJs could teach politicians a thing or two about diplomacy. They've mastered the art of saying tough stuff without making enemies. Instead of pointing fingers, "You never listen," they flip the script. "I feel like my ideas aren't being heard. Can we fix this?" This, I statement, magic turns blame into teamwork. They're also metaphor maestros. If 2 people are butting heads over a project, one wants creativity, the other wants structure, the INFJ bridges the gap. Think of the plan as the recipe, but the presentation is where we add the sprinkles. Suddenly, everyone's on the same page. And if things get too heated, they'll crack a light joke to break the tension like, "If this were a Netflix show, we'd be the dramatic season finale right now." 5. The win-win blueprint. Transforming battles into collaborations. INFJs hate the idea of winners and losers. They're all about finding that sweet spot where everyone walks away happy. Picture this. 2 friends are fighting over vacation plans. One wants beaches, the other wants mountains. The INFJ steps in. "What if we split the trip? 3 days surfing, 3 days hiking." Boom, problem solved. They're experts at asking, "What's the real goal here?" Often, fights aren't about the actual issue, but deeper needs, like feeling respected or valued. INFJs uncover those hidden needs and build solutions around them. Even when giving feedback, they sandwich it between compliments. Your dedication is amazing. Let's work on timelines so the team can keep up. You've got this. 6. The silent boundary. Protecting energy while resolving disputes. Here's the thing about INFJs. They care deeply, but they're not pushovers. If someone keeps dragging them into pointless drama, they'll politely shut it down. I want to help, but we need to focus on solutions, not blame. And if the other person keeps ranting, they'll walk away. Not because they're cold, but because they know some battles aren't worth their energy. After a tough conflict, you'll find INFJs recharging alone, maybe journaling, hiking, or binge-watching comfort shows. This me time isn't selfish. It's how they refill their empathy tank so they can show up stronger next time. 7. Active listening that builds bridges. INFJs could win gold medals in listening. When you talk to them, they're not just waiting for their turn to speak. They're fully tuned in, nodding, making eye contact, and asking questions like, "So what you're saying is," to confirm they get it. This makes people feel seen, which is half the battle in resolving conflicts. They'll even pick up on what you're not saying. If you're avoiding eye contact while complaining about work, they might gently ask, "Is this about the project?" or "Is something else bothering you?" 8. Leading without authority. The quiet confidence of INFJs. You don't need a fancy title to lead, and INFJs prove it. In group fights, they'll step in with calm suggestions. What if we try this approach? Their confidence isn't loud or pushy, it's steady and reassuring. People naturally trust them because they're not out to prove anything. They just want what's best for everyone. Even in chaos, their calm vibe is contagious. 9. Turning fights into growth opportunities. While most people see conflict as a disaster, INFJs see it as a chance to level up. After a blow-up, they'll ask, "What do we learn here?" Maybe the team realizes they need clearer communication, or friends discover they value honesty over niceness. INFJs focus on the silver lining, helping everyone move forward stronger. 10. Knowing when to let go. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, a conflict just won't resolve. INFJs get this. Instead of beating a dead horse, they'll say, "Let's agree to disagree for now." It's not giving up. It's choosing peace over pointless battles. They'd rather save their energy for fights that actually matter. Conclusion. And there you have it. The INFJ's secret sauce for turning conflicts into connections. Whether it's their empathy radar, future-proofing skills, or knack for win-win solutions, these strategies aren't just about avoiding drama. They're about building stronger relationships and happier teams. So next time you're stuck in a showdown, ask yourself, what would an INFJ do? Spoiler, they'd probably turn that mess into a masterpiece. Go try these tricks and watch your conflicts shrink while your connections grow.